Boys and girls, it's time to feed the sharks. Can I please have your attention? Thank you very much. Thank you. Now here always comes my personal highlight. I think the thing that makes the most fun. We will have grueling investors and hopefully outstanding startup pitches. Now the rules are very simple. The startups will have 2.5 minutes time to pitch their little hearts out, and if the time's up, I'm going to do the second most favorite thing I do in life, is interrupting people. By the way, I've also talked about being quiet. That's the part where you all end up being quiet. Now, thank you. So the startups have 2.5 minutes time, and the investors have 4 minutes time to ask questions. Don't forget, you get to vote afterwards who your personal favorite is. In that sense, if that makes sense, nod your head. Does that make sense? Good. Then, let's get this started. I'm happy to have some of the greatest investors around to join us on stage. I will call them all up and you start applauding, but not too loud. Can we just kind of have a subtle applause, just a bit like a kind of a underlining applause? Try it out, not too, wait, no, just a bit. Just a bit, like kind of mellow. That's what we do when they come on stage, and as soon as they're all seated, you increase it. Okay, can we try a mellow, and then up? Awesome. That's what we'll do. So, super happy to have them here. All of the 5 investors ready to feed some sharks. Let's see how it's going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, super happy to have them here. Hansi Hansmann, Michael Altrichter, Oliver Holle, Markus Lang, and Christian Nagel. And now, a bit more of that. Boys, the stage is yours. Take a seat. You're good fun. That's fantastic. Now, you've listened. I think all of you have heard a pitch or two in your lifetime, so that'll be fun. I think it's time to get our first little fishy on stage. Should we do that? Fishy's still happy. So, 2.5 minutes pitch, 4 minutes Q&A. In that sense, welcome on stage, Parkbob. Come along. That's the part where you applaud. Hi. Don't try and make points here. No bribing. We have to see if it's all fair, or roll your sleeves up. I like your styling, by the way. Thank you. Good stuff. Anyway, your timer's up there. You have the clicker. You have the microphone. You have an amazing audience. And pretty hungry sharks. In that sense, are you ready?
1, 2,
and go for it.
Okay. Hi, I'm Christian Adelsberger. I'm the founder and CEO of Parkbob. The last time your navigation system told you you've reached your destination, did you just exit your car, or did you start to wonder about parking? Well, this is a situation we all know quite well, because parking is a hassle. It costs a lot of time, money, and nerves, and it contributes up to 25% to the inner city traffic. So it's a pretty bad situation we all know quite well. This is exactly what Parkbob is going to change. Parkbob is a smart parking service that shows people where there's parking space around, where they are allowed to park, and also what it costs. And on top of that, we show people where there is a free spot on the street just nearby, so they can directly go to that parking spot instead of circling around all the time. We offer this service as an application for smartphones, for navigation devices, as well as in-car systems. And this is free for consumers. So you might ask, okay, how do they make money in the end of the day? Basically, we have navigation providers, mobility providers, and car manufacturers pay for that service, because they know very well that the message you've reached your destination is wrong in a lot of cases. And secondly, they want to ultimately create a seamless digital driving experience, which will lead to the self-driving car scenario in the end of the day. And it's pretty clear that the self-driving car needs to know where it can park. We've already acquired Daimler, Car2Go, and Telekom Austria as partners and customers, and have launched our B2C service in January this year. We will roll this out to 25 more cities in 2016, and this includes Berlin, Stockholm, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, and San Francisco. Parkpub has acquired 500K of funding already now, and we're currently setting up a funding round of 700K, of which 200K are still available. So I'm happy to discuss the details later on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That seemed relaxed. Now comes the fun part. Got 4 minutes to impress our hungry sharks.
Thank you. I think you are clearly solving a problem that exists. My question would be, you touched a bit the business model. Could you go a little bit more into detail of that business model? It's a B2B business model, and you are assuming that these providers will be willing to pay. Are you sure about that? Have you asked them? Have you already experienced about it, first? And secondly, B2B always has to do with you have to go there and sell something.
Yes.
Will you have kind of a sales force, people visiting B2B customers in order to convince them for that? And that's costly and expensive.
Yes. So thank you very much for that question. To target the first aspects of it, we currently have 2 paying customers. It's really tiny revenues we're generating, but we just validated the pricing model as such. We believe in a transaction-based model, a pay-as-you-grow model, basically, that will grow with the usage and also will grow with the growing connectivity of cars in the market. So we are currently in a tender with Daimler, with Movil, for a Europe-wide rollout for our parking regulation data with Movil, so the mother company of Car2Go, which is a Daimler company. And on discussion with the BMW, for example, on discussion with the Harman as a tier 1 supplier to the car manufacturers. So that's we are currently in the validation phase for the business side. So the next 12 months will be very aggressive when it comes to B2B business development and sales. And I've got personally 12 years of business development, international business development experience. We will hire another business developer in autumn this year to fully go out into the market. And yes, we are very well aware of the costs that are associated with that.
Could we have the microphone on here, please? Good.
Normally you have, if you have developed an app, you talk about user growth, you talk about MAU, DAU, churn, and so on. Can you give us some background on these figures?
Sorry, could you please rephrase your question? I wasn't sure where to get it acoustic.
Yeah, normally if you develop an app, you talk about customers, you talk about customer growth, you talk about downloads, you talk about MAU, DAU, churn, and so on. I haven't heard anything about.
So principally, we started at the beginning of this year. We have until now acquired 15,000 downloads. The application is Vienna only, so this is just targeting the Viennese market as a pilot market at the moment. We have interestingly low churn rate, which is surprisingly low for us even, which is below 2%, 2 to 3% per month at the moment, people installing the application. And this is, I'll tell you why it's interesting, because our service, yes, it uses a little bit of battery time of your smartphone. So we optimize that, but still people may recognize that there is a little bit of usage which will lead to churn. But at the moment we experience a churn rate about 2 to 3% per month.
Mic is on?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Christian, we met each other when we produced the 3rd season of the Puls 4 show, 2 Minuten 2 Millionen, a couple of months ago. My question would be, what was your biggest achievement, or your big 3 achievements since, what happened since you produced the show?
The first big achievement that we achieved is the integration into A1 handy parking. So Telekom Austria owning the handy parking service, we've done the technical integration, we've run through the quality assurance testing phase of that company, and they're very well aware of their customer sentiments. So that is going to be live in about 10 days to 14 days. Yeah, so that's happening.
And the time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Parkpub. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, they're discussing. That's always a good sign. That's discussing. Okay. 1 pitch down. 7 to go. Let's move on to our next happy pitcher. And that team is called Juno. So welcome on stage, Juno. Are you Juno? You're Juno. then please do.
Yes, we are.
That's Juno. That's quite a lot of you there. And they also belong to you, or they're just interested? They're yours, right?
They're the team, and Florian is going to help me answer some questions perhaps later
Okay,
on.
fair enough then, but just you have to handle it with the microphone. So, you have your time up there?
Just one question. This is the right pinpointer.
Yes. And the other, yeah. So, timer, clicker, microphone,
All good.
investors, audience. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then go for it.
Hi, everybody. This is about having children. Having children is one of the most important aspects for self-fulfillment for so many people, but when's the right time to start a family? To help answer that question, we have developed the Juno fertility test, the first software-based test that gives women a future outlook on their fertility. This is who we are. Florian is our economics guy. Alexander is a specialist in reproductive medicine. And I'm Sylvia, I'm in product development. Who's our target group? This is Anna. She's 29, and having children is on her agenda, but not right now. This is Isabel. She's 42, and she's finally found the right partner. What Anna and Isabel have in common is that they wonder, how much time do I have left to start a family? What many women don't know is that 1 in 5 women at the age of 35 have a limited or exhausted ovarian reserve. That is the number of eggs in your ovaries. The ladies know what I'm talking about. 68% of all women overestimate the length of their fertility. Now, we help answer 2 essential questions. For Anna, how long will I be fertile in my life, and how do I go about family planning and my career planning? And for Isabel, what are my chances to conceive, and when do I best turn to reproductive medicine? This is how our product, the Juno fertility test, works. We've developed a home test kit, that works with a few drops of blood, and we combine the lab result with relevant individual data like contraception, age, and medical history. The heart of our product is our software that is based on a clinical study that we did with 1,100 women. The software also comprises the results of more than 300 clinical scientific studies. The result we deliver is a detailed online fertility report that assesses women's current fertility and also their future fertility. In contrast to other similar products like pregnancy tests or ovulation tests, our test supports women in decision-making through all stages of family planning.
And the time is up. I'm so sorry, that's the brutal rules. That's Juno.
Thank you.
So,
I'd be happy to take your questions now.
it's time for the Q&A. Go for it.
I really like your project. I think there's a great need for that, but I have one important doubt. I asked a friend in the US about your project. He also likes it. He's Martin Wasowski, the founder of Prelude, and he told me that he personally knows 2 project teams working on a similar test based on saliva. What's your opinion
On the
about
what?
On saliva? That means if this works, your project is obsolete. Does it work? Do you know about that?
There are several hormone tests on the market that work with saliva. The most common ones, and I think that's also what Prelude does, is assess the FSH, the follicle-stimulating hormone in the saliva. The FSH is an important parameter for fertility, but more on the cycle that a woman is in right now. So you'd have to measure the FSH for 13 to 19 times to produce an outlook. Furthermore, the FSH varies significantly within the cycle. It is very high at the very beginning of the cycle, the 2nd, 3rd day, and then it drops. So you're not very flexible with this sort of test.
May I ask how far you are in your progress? Like, do you have a clinical study already finished? And the second question is, have you already revenues, or have you started selling?
Unfortunately, I was too slow to get to that slide. We entered the market in November of 2015, and we've had revenues ever since, yes. But we're now looking for the right partner to scale internationally.
Could you elaborate a little bit on your distribution channels? So your go-to-market strategy. What are the plans for the next months, basically?
Florian, go ahead and grab the mic.
If I may, I'll take this question. So we have basically three main distribution channels. The first one is direct to consumer online, and that's our most important one because we specifically believe in our B2C value proposition, meaning you can get our test at home without seeing a doctor, with the convenience of having the result in your home. But besides that, there's the second and third channel, and that's via physicians. So we are actually sending a team, a sales force on the ground to visit doctors, to get doctors on board, because we definitely need doctors as partners, promoting our tests. So that's our second channel. The third one is related to that one. We are working with international pharma distributors, so large companies that have already gone through the whole hassle of building a ground sales force, and we'd like to get those on board to scale internationally.
One quick question. Is the answer that you're giving just for how long the woman is able to produce a child, or is it also when in a given month she's fertile, so to say?
Both.
Because both. Okay.
No. Not when in a specific month she's fertile. That's the ovulatory test.
Because that would have a much higher stickiness rate, I would assume.
Of course. What you're talking about is this product here, ovulation test. Is for women who have an acute wish, a current wish to have a child. Our test is more for women, like women here, they go to university.
But your test you only do once and then you're done. The other test you do once a month, right?
You do it about, the perfect time would be twice.
Twice. That's not a lot of customer lifetime value.
That's right. But we're looking into different strategy models. For instance, an older woman who is trying to have a family right now is willing to pay a lot more than a younger woman, aged 25 or 26, who wants to have an outlook. So we're looking into models where we introduce the test to be done once or twice, every other year.
How much money are you looking for? Sorry.
Excuse me.
How much money are you looking for?
350,000 euros in this round.
And on that bombshell, the time is up. I'm
Just
so
one
sorry.
comment, not a question.
Wait. Something might just be happening.
I've been talking to Michael about that. We are really both very much interested in the project, and we would seriously consider investing in your company if there would be a clear scientific proof that it's not possible to do the saliva-based.
There's actually a lot to talk about that, because I actually wanted to do it in urine, which would be so much cooler even. But we can talk about that after a coffee break.
And you hope we will, because we've got that all set up in a lovely private area where all the investors can talk to the people who've been grilled and or not eaten. In that sense, thank you very much to Juno.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait. You? Okay. So the next startup that's going to be pitching is a startup called Beaver. I've seen so many pitches, but I've never been confused about the person who's pitching. Boys and girls, Beaver, come along. That's the part where you applaud, please. You're pitching.
We're expecting somebody else. Thanks.
Well, I didn't know that heavy hitters like you pitch. That's amazing.
I usually don't, but my co-founders are in Israel on the beach, so at least that's what the pictures look like.
But my friend, like, expectation just went really high.
I know.
So I only expected the best.
So how does this work? Thanks.
Mika, timer. You know what investors are. Are you good to go?
I'm good to go.
Go for it.
Hi, we're Beaver. This is wrong, of course, because as we just cleared up, I'm alone. I have 3 co-founders. I'm the oldest one. The other ones were students until very recently, and that is actually, in this case, of importance. The story of Beaver is basically the story of my co-founder, Jan. Jan had to support himself working throughout most of his school and also his studying time. He worked as a waiter in Vienna. He worked as a barkeep in Miami. He worked as a bellboy in Zurich. And he worked as this guy here, actually right outside here at View. So maybe you sometimes got a flyer from him in this thing. So when you are, like Jan was, looking for your perfect short-term job opportunity, usually you are working towards a longer career, something that you really want to do with your life. So every single bit of administrative overhead to getting that job is really, really not something you want to do. And the state of the art is really bad, as most of you probably know. So this is why we're building Beaver. Beaver is actually live right now. You can go and sign up. And what will happen is the following. You go to beaver.com, you give us 8 to 12 minutes of your time. That's how long it's going to take. There's no shortcut, sorry about that. You create your profile. Right now, it will be just a profile. We will see it. We will never send it out. The only thing that will happen is we will send you job offers that fit you geographically, age, experience, where you want to go in your career. And also, you can apply to these jobs with a single click. That's the status right now. You can do this right this very second. And I suggest you do this because I'm going to announce something today that is probably going to be very interesting to this particular room. Our vision longer term is to make it possible to be really independent throughout all the time where you're working towards your career. But of course, what you're really working towards is your actual career. So what we want to provide is a service, a global service in most of the large metropolitan areas in the world, where you can just go to Sao Paulo, you get out of the flight, and you immediately know, okay, where can I get some jobs, and what are the opportunities in my actual career that I want to follow in my life. So, if you want to work in startups, oh, actually there's a slide missing. Okay, that's not the slide that sends out. But there was to be a slide with a very sparkly, nice unicorn. If you want to work in startups in Vienna, or in Austria, or in Israel, where we're also active, you should go to beaver.com really, really, really right now, because there will be something cool coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Beaver. Well, I'm happy with the time management. And
why are you not mobile right away? Why are you not mobile right away?
We are mobile, so if you go to our website, it's very mobile optimized. But the reason we're not mobile right away is because we're building a product right now. We just got funded 4 weeks ago, and our product is in development. It will come out in about 4 to 5 weeks. But it is mobile from the get-go. But actually, execution-wise, Beaver is very complicated. That's why I did not go into the execution, because there's two completely different products on the B2B and on the consumer side.
How do you differentiate from the competition?
Well, the main point is that there's no brand that I know of that is completely built around the people who are actually looking for the jobs. Like globally, there is none. There's not a single brand that is completely built around the experience of, hey, I'm going through this education and I want to go towards a career. There's nobody who really cares. There's not a single company in the world who cares. And this is basically the impetus for everything we're doing. We're completely different. And that works for both sides because we have a very specific target audience, very specific. We don't even have to target that via money because the way we look and the way we work is just very, very specific in how it feels and looks. So we have very good targeting in both directions.
Michael, Christian, I think Christian raised the right question. I mean, you have chosen the most competitive market. Maybe the real estate is similar, full of competitors. There are a couple in the US. I think Job Today is called. It's pretty much doing
very different.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it might be different. However, there is a lot of competition, and you might know. I just invested in Hockify, which was called JobSwiper, doing very similar, not the same. I know.
No, it's very, very, very not similar.
Board and the founders. So, how do you think you will prevail through all this hard competition?
It's completely different. Hockify has nothing to do. It's not even remotely close. It's a completely different product. It's not because Hockify is bad, but it's completely different. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. Really, it's nothing. It's completely different. The experience for the user is completely different. What we're doing is a personal assistant or concierge service, extremely data-driven, extremely targeted. Hockify is also just reach. Hockify is just reach. That's all it is. It's just reach and slightly more sexy, but it's Karriere.at 3.0. It's very different, which is good. I like it, but it's very different.
Can you explain a bit more about your business model? What's the way how you get money?
We have two things that we're doing already. So we have a per case basis, like the large job agencies and job platforms have. So you say, Beaver IPO 400, 500 euros, but the difference is you get the job ad and you get all the process. So it's recruitment process outsourcing. So you say, this is the job ad, and then you say I have time on Friday next week between 4 and 8 a.m., ppm, for example. And then you get 40 applicants. You just sit there, get 40 applicants that already fit your profile. And that is semi-automated right now, and we will automate it in the future. And that is also a completely different experience for the B2B customer. What we actually want to go towards is monetization-wise, we want to monetize kind of the transaction, and we want to do that via micro-lending, very targeted micro-lending. That's where we're going to go.
That's still something you have to figure out more in detail how you will get.
The micro-lending part. The other part, no. The other part is pretty much industry standard. It's just much nicer UI, much nicer UX. But the micro-lending part, which is where can be a $1 billion business, we have not figured this out yet.
How much money are you looking for?
We're looking for towards autumn. We're looking for 700 to 900,000 euros, and we're raising that out as 750 to 900,000 euros towards October or beginning of November, and we're raising that as convertibles right now.
If you are now thinking of the second investment in this one, I'm not in. I'm already in Hogify.
This was the first pitch that actually catered to the audience and not to investors.
Yeah, only to the audience. Sorry about that, guys, but I want the sign-ups, really. I'm not so worried about fundraising. I need sign-ups, guys. Sign up.
I would carefully analyze that was confidence in buckets. That was special. I mean,
Yeah, we do.
doesn't give a shit about the investors. That's special. I mean, that's something I don't see every day. Like, yeah, fuck you, don't need you, but you're good. Anyhow, wow. That put the bar quite high for the next ones. Wow. That's someone trying to bite sharks. That's special. Might be brave, might not. The opposite of brave is anyway. I'm getting carried away. That was special. Let's move on to the next contestant. Company's called Reachbird. So welcome on stage, Reachbird. Hello. Hi there. Do you need a clicker? Are you happy?
Now it works.
No clicker?
No, yeah, I need it.
You
but
need a
where
clicker,
is-
don't you? Maybe we can have a clicker.
Can I use
over
this
there.
one?
Marvelous.
Okay, perfect.
You have your timer? Timer's up
Sure.
there?
Yeah.
Don't
Let's
insult
go.
them too much.
Perfect.
You're good to go.
Thanks. Okay. So, hi everybody. My name is Philip, and I'm the CEO of Reachbird. Reachbird is an advertising network for professional and scalable influencer marketing. So maybe you know that, but more than 90% of customers trust in peer recommendations, whereas only 1/3 of customers trust in traditional ads. So marketers should switch to recommendations, but the question is, how can recommendations be made scalable? Well, I tell you the solution. It's done with influencer marketing and social media, which is the new big deal in advertising technology. Let's have a look at Caro. Caro can recommend products and brands to more than 500,000 people, 500,000 potential customers with just one post on Instagram. Brands love that, and therefore brands love to cooperate with Caro, for example. And this is where we as Reachbird see an opportunity, because marketers spend by 2020 more than 8 billion euros into influencer marketing and social media. Well, and what is Reachbird doing within influencer marketing? And for explaining that, I want to show you first the problems of influencer marketing that marketers are facing currently. First of all, it's about identifying the right influencer that really fits to your brand. This is very important. Second step is, how can big influencer marketing campaigns made in an easy way? And the third problem is about measuring the success of influencer marketing campaigns. Reachbird has a software as a service solution that provides solutions for all the three mentioned problems. We have a search engine for influencer marketing, we have a campaign manager, and we have an analytics tool for easy campaign management. So I tell you how far Reachbird is at the moment. We launched our full-scale platform in February this year, so not too much time ago. We raised 300,000 euros for the market entry, as well as for the development. We have, just in 9 weeks, we had 4,500 influencers under contract with which we can do campaigns, which is a reach of more than 190 million potential customers on Instagram. And we generated a turnover on our platform within these few weeks of 50,000 euros so far. Now we are looking for funding for further development and internationalization. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Influencer marketing is a pretty crowded space already,
Sure,
so
yes.
what makes you special?
Okay, there are 2 points that make us special. Number 1 is technology, and number 2 is people. Technology, we have a search engine, we have an analytics tool that is quite developed, quite advanced. Our CTO, Stefan, did his PhD over 3 years on this topic, and there's no other platform that has analytics and that has this search engine that is as advanced as ours, and we are looking forward to go on in this field and to have more technical space, more technical advantage to our competitors. Number 2 is about people. Within 9 weeks, we did this execution, which is quite good. When it comes to influencers, we have more than 4,000 influencers under contract. We have clients like Coca-Cola and Uber, which are trusting in our service. And as Chris from Movinga told us in his speech, execution is important when you have competitors, and we think that we are good in execution as we are a good team.
Did I hear correctly that you had 50,000 euros of revenue in several weeks?
Yes, exactly.
So why are you here? Are you looking for money? You don't need money.
No, we need money because influencer marketing is a very hot topic, and for sure we could act like regionally or in Germany, and we could generate revenue that makes us happy, but we want to be the number 1 in the world for influencer marketing, as this is not a hot topic in Germany or in Switzerland or Austria, but recommendations are worldwide. Everybody trusts in recommendations, and therefore we need money for internationalization, and this is why we are searching for money. Sure.
What are the next steps in terms of, you have Instagram now, this is the reach on Instagram, but what is about reach on Facebook? And
exactly, yeah.
YouTube and so on.
We launch YouTube and Snapchat within the next week. These are in development phase at the moment. We are testing it. It works already. We are also doing YouTube campaigns already, and they are not implemented into our platform so far, but it's going to be within the next weeks where we launch. And we are always searching for sure new platforms, and yeah.
What are the basic of the contracts? So influencer under contract, what means what? How long and what does it mean?
So they are not exclusively under contract, so they can also work for other brands or something like this. But we have the data of them, we have a pricing model with them, and we can just like do within 48 hours, we can start influencer marketing campaigns with all influencers that are under contract, not exclusively on our platform.
Why can't you get them exclusively?
This is a good question, because there are other platforms around and also agencies around that work together with brands directly, for example, agencies. And they cannot say, okay, we just do everything on ReachBird because they have direct contacts, for example. Like model agencies, for example. They cannot say, this is exclusively, yeah.
For disclosure, we're already a small shareholder in this company. But still, the one thing I struggle is your sales model. I mean, you talked about agencies, so how do you go about signing up customers, and how can you avoid falling into this whole agency trap?
Exactly. We work together with agencies. This is the main point why we don't want to be an agency. So agencies are multiplicators for brands, so we don't work directly with brands because we want to provide agencies with a good tool so that they feel comfortable in doing influencer marketing in their media mix with their companies and with their brands that they support in their daily work. So agencies are a multiplicator for us.
I mean, actually, my question would be, or another question, suggestion. I have a couple of companies which would need your services, maybe Kritzli, for example, or even Pornvin, who actually pitched last year and invested in the company. So these are a couple of companies who would need your services. So let's talk about this.
Sure, we can talk about this later with the coffee. And with Kritzli, we are already speaking, so we are always proactive. So time is over.
In that sense,
thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good one. Thank you. That's a nice closing line. We're always proactive. They're quite confident this time, aren't they? Very confident. That's changing. That's quite good. By the way, speaking of confidence, you got the click as well. Yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. I'll keep it. Now, before I get the next presenter on stage, just a small thing. Avatar, we've been talking early on. Don't worry, it's not your turn yet. But please go backstage and go grab a microphone prepared because they're looking for you. Just in case. Avatar, that would be awesome. Let's move on to the next 4 down, 4 to go. Let's move on to Sorex. Welcome on stage, Sorex. Yes, very good. My goodness, you have a lot of stuff on your hands. You will be needing this as well, right?
Of course I will.
Have you got a hand free for that?
I think so.
Good. You have your timer. Those guys, them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you're ready, we're ready. Go for it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Christian. I'm founder of Sorex Wireless Solutions. It's great to see so many faces I already know. I will show you a solution for an old problem. We all have several of keys. We all have the problem that sometimes we don't have the key with us. We have the solution for that. My company is already in a later stage. We already done our seed financing. We have a strategic investor already in our company, and we are now here for the Series A round for the internationalization process. We are doing at the moment only business in Austria. It's our test market, and we are now ready to go to the next countries. We already have an income of 550,000 euros only in Austria with the products I will show you now. And we have solutions which are completely easy to install for everyone. Okay. Our target markets are small and medium companies and smart home solutions and public buildings. I will give you information why these areas. We already have much experience what works and what doesn't work. We are selling our products over resellers and directly to these projects. The resellers we use as installers. That means we use them to mount the product at your place if a customer doesn't know how to do it. But believe me, it's really easy. Everyone can do that. I have a good news. One is 5 minutes ago, one is a few days ago. Yesterday, a customer ordered 500 pieces of our locks. By the way, this is our lock. You just install it as a cylinder. Yes, we have a finished product. We not only have software services. I will go to our success story quite fast. We have won several prizes. We have won several customers. Customers as hotels, Airbnb, hostels uses our product to install it and to give keys to the end customer who want to open the doors. The next steps are the next countries.
I'm awfully sorry, my friend, but the time is up. I'm so sorry. What do you think? So, Sharks, do what you do.
So, just to summarize, your product, you are producing those keys, so I have to change my old stuff key to your system, and then I can open the door with my mobile. Or what is the product actually?
This is only one product of several. We have a lock, an electronic lock. This is, for example, the solution for access doors, for entrance doors. You put out the old cylinder and put in the new one. For example, hostels and flats mostly use the electronic handles because they are...
What's new on this product?
I'm sorry?
What's new on this product? I mean, there are tons of products on the market.
Yes, but the difference is we have the only product which uses smart cards and Bluetooth at the same time. That means you can invite users, and the big difference, you know, some smart locks from United States or Nokia from Graz. The big problem they have, you have to change the battery all 3 to 5 months. Here you have 30,000 openings with one battery. That means we address a different market.
Okay.
For how many years have you been on the market?
The product is 2 years on the market. My company is already a little bit older. We started as a development company.
And how does it come that you're after 2 years only in Austria? I mean, that would worry me as an investor quite a bit. I
made a big failure 6 years ago. I tried to address whole Europe. I got a huge investment. I was going to the wrong business case. Now I was much more careful to start it slower with our own money, with our own investment. And we started to do it a second time only in Austria. And now we are ready and are sure that the product is ready for the next countries.
You're changing between I and we. Are you a team? Are you alone?
No.
Founder team?
There are two founders. Strategic.
And one is you or not?
One is me, yes.
So, sharks, I mean, if you're not that hungry, I can't help it. Were you well fed then? Oh, there's one.
I mean, I would like to give you an advice. When you do a pitch, start by explaining what product you have. That's the most important thing. What is the problem you are solving? Then we understand what we are talking about.
We're solving the key management problem. I can invite you to go to a hotel and don't need the key there. That means I can send you the key electronically to your smartphone. Customer of us, for example, is the Austrian National Bank. Customers from us on several hotels, hostels, offices. And you can be sure every company has the problem. The key management and cool losing is a problem.
Boys and girls. Sharks? Sharks, are you still prepared to eat a bit and snap? Are you happy? Yeah, well fed? No? Good.
So I haven't clearly understood I know the differentiation. You mentioned it, but how relevant is this? I mean, having a card and Bluetooth. So how relevant is this? I mean, Bluetooth is enough because all people have smartphones, and so why? And there are other solutions out there. So I haven't quite understood what the long-lasting differentiation you see.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question right.
I still struggling with your differentiation here, so I don't know exactly where you different. You told about battery life, you told about, but others have this as well, long battery life, and you told about card usage and Bluetooth. But how relevant is this really?
It's relevant that the smartphone is the opening device. The technology that is in the smartphone is, of course, Bluetooth. So the technology which has to be in the product is, of course, one-time Bluetooth. And for offices, you often need additional opening devices.
And now I'm afraid the time is already up. Thank you very much, Sorex. Thank you. Now, boys and girls, even if a lot of these things excite you a lot, if someone's pitching, have the courtesy to be quiet. Now, I'll give you 10 seconds to talk. Okay, we're done. Hello, how are you? Are you well?
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you, very fine. Thank you.
My pleasure. We need a clicker. The clicker's over here. That's defect radar, by the way.
Yeah.
Right, so they're very excitable.
I hope.
2 minute 30 up there. Investors, you all well equipped?
Okay, ready. Let's go.
For it.
Okay, hi, I'm Sander from Defect Radar. We have a cloud-based software as a service solution for construction documentation and defect management in real estate projects. So today we have in each real estate project 1 to 2 defects in average per every 10 square meter. So what we are doing is we support our users with our web application and our native apps for smartphones and tablets to record, to document, to communicate, and also to track these defects in the real estate projects. So our startup is inside of the new megatrend property technology. It's all about digitalization of the building industry. So we at the moment have already more than 300 paying users from 6 different countries, and we have an average revenue per paying user per month of 60 euro. So concerning our other traction, we have 4 to 6 new registrations on our product every single day. We have a conversion in this channel of about 10% to a paying customer. And we already have recurring revenues from 19,000 euro per month from license fees. So concerning our market, in our target group, these are building companies, project developers, architects, technicians. There are about 2.5 million companies in the European Union, and we know that our product is relevant to about 70% of them. So also according to our experience, we know that we can convert about 4% of them into paying customers. So our marketable potential should be 69,000 customers in the European Union if we could reach them, of course. There is already competition in the place, so our strongest competitors are from the United States, not focusing the European market at the moment. There's also a German company, Conject, which should be known very well by Earlybird. So our difference here is also that we not only focus on big projects. So our USP, of course, we are 100% cloud-based, especially our business model, no consulting part inside, just the license fees, and we are available on all platforms. The team consists of 5 people, techies from the building industry and startup guys, and we are searching for 800,000 euros, 100% dedicated to sales, and we will build a 10 million recurring revenue company with this. Thank you.
And the time is up. Thank you very much. Go for it.
I know your startup since quite a while. I think you have been in the market for 2 or 3 years, more or less. I think it's a good idea, but what would you think is the main reason that you're not already 5 or 10 times bigger than you are?
So actually we launched into the market in October 2014 after beta phase and redevelopment, and we really started sales in 2015, where we really go hard selling outside of the market, try to build customers and to learn everything. So of course in the beginning it's like it was proof of concept, and now we are ready to really scale it up.
Do you think long-term Defect Radar will stay as a unique solution, or will you be part of a bigger real estate life cycle management tool? I mean, I think your solution should be part of a bigger...
Yes. So at the moment we just cover the part of defect management and task management. Of course there are big real estate life cycle management products, like as an example Conject, where defect management is also part of it. But at the moment we already have customers who use Conject and us, because our solution, especially from the mobile point of view, is really the best.
I haven't quite understood what you're really detecting. So what is the product really giving you or doing? What is it?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
What is the product detecting? So what are you basically discovering, or what are you showing? I haven't quite understood what you really are basically detecting.
You mean like the features of the product itself? Yes. So yes, more or less we support our users with the mobile solution. They can track the defects, pin them on the blueprints, and also deliver it to the other project stakeholders and follow up in the solution of the things. What is the status? What are the updates? And we can include all project stakeholders in this process, so everybody knows in real time what is the status of our product. Not our product. What is the status of the project? Does this answer your question, or did I misget you?
Well, I did get it right. So I go through the project, then so the building or whatever it is, and then I have my app, and then I put
I track all the defects, and then I send them to the other companies working in this project. And I said, okay guys, come on, there are defects, resolve them. And this is a very annoying process in the building industry, because you lose a lot of money because of inefficient communications. Then it's not clear, okay, is it really a defect, or did it come up later, and all of this stuff, like documentation also later on, because in the building industry it's very common that there are law cases afterwards. So it's very, very important that everything is transparent, it's consistent, and that everybody is on the same page.
So you have quite some...
It's me.
You have quite some traction. Can you share some unit economics when it comes to acquisition costs, lifetime value, churn, and so on?
Yeah, so at the moment we have a churn rate below 5%, but it's just like for the first year of 2015. So we expect an increase of 1% per year. So like from 5 to 6, not like 1% of the 5. And yeah, as I said, the customer acquisition costs are around €500 for one new paying customer, 535 in average through all our sales channels. So it's like we are doing AdWords, we are doing telesales. This is working quite well. We have very good results in telesales, and of course key accounting for the bigger companies.
In that sense.
Okay,
10 seconds
thanks
to
a
go.
lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Defect Radar. Okay, 6 down, 2 to go. And don't forget, you'll have to download the app. For those of you who are not so digital native as you would want to be, we will be showing one slide that explains it for everyone, including me. So, next startup is called Abattow. We found you. Come along, Abattow. Finally, I have the presenter.
Thank you.
I give you the presenter. There you go. You have your time up there.
Sure.
Those guys, those guys, those guys. Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget to shut up. That would be lovely.
You can applaud.
Like now. Go for it.
Thank you very much. So, welcome. I'd like to introduce you Abattow, a hands-on IT security practice platform. Why IT security? Because companies suffer billions of dollars of losses each year via cyber incidents. That's a lot of money. And we need IT security skills in all the IT staff. But training is really, training is really costly. Why? Because you cannot practice right there. You have to build a practice environment. You don't only have to build the environment, you have to update the content with up-to-date technologies, with up-to-date threats. And only big companies like Isaka or Sans can do it, and they spend a huge effort doing it. They employ a lot of experts to do it. So we built Abattow. It's a cloud-based, hands-on IT security practice platform. Here, content is generated by experts, and experts, I mean university professors, industry experts, and this way, we differentiate from the competitors because we can generate content very quickly and very easily. And on the other side, we sell this to teachers, to companies, and users on a subscription base. They can practice as much as they want. We target about 3 million IT security professionals, but also software engineers, also system administrators, altogether 28 million people. And this is a huge market opportunity. We have significant knowledge in this field. I'm a UC Berkeley alumni. I'm coming from risk management. Gabor, my colleague, somewhere in the audience, he's a hacker and a cloud security expert. And Levente has a huge track record in IT security research. Our hacker team got top 5 in the world last year. So we have a good support for that. We have traction. Our system is closed. We don't advertise. We don't do anything. We grow nicely already by the word of mouth. We also involved top university professors from good universities in the world. And a handful of companies have already tried and paid for this service, although it's very rough, but they already paid for it. They'll see the value in it. And we are in contract, negotiating, closing contract with some other companies. So with this, I'd like to bring you Abattow, IT security practice, so be safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abattow. Sharks, go.
Who starts? You said that your most important differentiator is basically that you can provide the content easily because university professors provide you with the content. Why would they do it?
Yes, so for university, we have two types of deals. For universities, they provide the content, they basically pay with the content, and they can use the platform for free for their teaching. For companies, they pay money, and we get that money and we give back revenue share to the, to the content producers. So we use a university deal, and we have also a company, a business deal.
So you're absolutely in the right market. You know, there's a huge demand of training more IT security people. But maybe I didn't fully understand your solution. You're more or less training the people online. You have an online training tool, right? I mean, is this the holy grail for solve this huge potential?
So the secret sauce here is that a typical training takes weeks or sometimes months to produce. We can click together a training within 5 minutes. And this is a huge help for trainers. And on the other hand, for users, they also don't have to deal with the setup of the infrastructure. And a typical training, it takes usually half an hour, 1 hour to set up the environment.
But again, your USPs, when you're presenting online trainings, I mean, this is maybe easy to copy, whatever. I mean, is this like, what is the USP to other training courses?
In fact, we don't say we substitute training. We say we complement training. If you have a training that works already, we provide the practice for that training. So we don't do videos, we don't do quizzes, we just provide hardcore infrastructure-based practice. And this is what's really needed for trainings. It's flexible too.
I mean, one thing where most of companies like yours fail is to go to market.
Yes.
It's extremely expensive to get your customers. I mean, how do you approach this? It seems like very fragmented and tough to acquire a customer base.
Absolutely. And we have a short-term strategy for this, and we have a long-term strategy for this. The short-term strategy, we go via multiplicators. So we approach IT training companies. We already work with the biggest training company in Hungary, and some others too. And reach their customer base, they reach their user base like this. On the long term, which long term means in a couple of months, we open it for B2C. So professionals can come, register, and train themselves. And that's, I know that B2C might take huge efforts to do, but that's why we start with multiplicators, and as we get traction, we get to more and more places, and these professionals will know our name. They already know our name via our previous expertise. Our hacker team and our lab has expertise. So we already have contacts and some initial traction. So that's the strategy.
I think there are a lot of different IT security problems. What you are doing, as I understand, is not solving all of them. You just increase the level of IT security within a company. Would you, or can you guess by how much? I mean, what part of the huge amount of problems are you solving with them? What do you think? 5%, 10%, 20%?
So, in fact, we don't solve the IT security problems. We help companies who solve the problems to train their people to be competent. And this is very different because in IT security, and this was a Symantec CEO who said by 2020 they need 1.5 million people and they won't be there, or they won't be prepared, not well trained, like software developers, system administrators. And we help these people to do their job. We don't help solving security problems, we train those people.
But I would say you need any kind of measurement in order to demonstrate to your customers what you are doing. How do you measure that? The efficiency of your product.
The efficiency is by solving problems.
And the time is up, I'm afraid.
Let's take it offline.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abatao. 7 down, 1 to go. Before I get him on stage, I have to say there's one hell of a view, and I want to share it. And I'll just move my camera slightly. When my camera faces you, you try and look friendly and interested, okay? Will we do that? We'll try that. I'll start over there, rotate, and then we'll just try it. It's going to be awful. I just discovered Snapchat. You come along as well. It's going to be awesome. 1, 2, 3. Wait and see. Could be cool. There's Happy Made. I'll come on stage, mate. I knew you're a veteran, you can take that. I present you the clicker.
Thank you very much.
The timer.
All right.
You good?
Ready to go.
Go for it.
I don't know if you know Happy Med. Yes. First time. Who of you likes surgeries? Raise your hand if you like surgeries. All right, great, you're all my customers. I had the root canal treatment 2.5 years ago at the dentist, and it was everything but pleasant, you can imagine. It was hard to distract myself, and there was no solution for me to make that a more convenient experience for me. It was frustrating. And I did some research and figured out that stress and anxiety, for example in the hospital, leads to more general anesthesia, longer stays in hospitals, more complications, more use of medicine with all the bad side effects, and a longer recovering time. I know that when we can make medical treatments suck less, that we can also open up a completely new potential for the hospitals to save money. The way we do it with audiovisual distraction. The patient gets on video glasses and can distract himself. He forgets about the environment. In order to make that possible, you need a solution that is 100% tailored for the medical market. That is what we did over the last 2 years. It's the easiest entertainment solution with the best handling available on the market. It combines hardware and content to one solution that the doctor can start within 10 seconds. These are some of our partners and clients that are using the system from Switzerland to Germany, Austria, Netherlands, and also the first system is now in the US. It's used, for example, during surgeries while you're getting a new knee or something else, at the dentist while you're getting a cancer therapy, where you want to get positive thoughts, or in dialysis. We're selling the hardware plus a monthly subscription, depending on the needs, what the doctor wants. We have special content, educational content, how to get better in that situation. We're looking right now for 800K, of which 600K are already committed, so 200K are still open. But there's a potential game-changing event in the future. We are testing the system right now with the Helios clinics. They are 110 clinics in Germany. The test will be finished in October, and if that is positive, we can potentially sell 10 units to each of that 110 clinics, and in order to bridge that time to October, where we have then much better potential for a next round, that would be awesome.
The time is up, my friend. Happy Made.
Could it be that I have seen you around here last year? Yeah.
But not here.
No, my question is, what happened in the last year? So we know now quite a time. So what exactly happened in the last year in terms of sales figures and product finishing?
What happened? Leo invested in our company, the guy that has been here in the beginning of Buffer. We finished the product development, so it's now a pre-series that is all handcrafted in the 16th district. We are a team of 10 people. We have a psychologist in the team, 3 people in sales, 2 mechanics, 1 lady for content acquiring, 1 lady for content controlling. We are getting inbound requests weekly. We have requests from dealers who want to have us in their catalogs. And yeah, we just feel that we are at the right time, at the right place, because there are little solutions right there out for the mind. So a lot of people are using medicines, but you cannot give a psychologist to every patient. That's not scalable. HappyMed makes it more convenient for them.
What makes you different from the competition here? So what is the difference?
Are you thinking about virtual reality, or? Okay, because we are first mover in that field. There is not a solution compared to that goes really into the surgery room. Things that we see, for example, an Oculus Rift attached, doctors don't want their patients to move around all the time. Their patients also want to see above and underneath what is going on in the surrounding. Hygiene is a real problem, security, and the doctor still has to think about what's the right content. It often needs the connectivity to the cloud. Our system works completely offline. So at night it calls home to our media service, downloads new content that we license, for example, from Red Bull, ORF, Terramata, in the future also Universal Studios, and we get home the information which video has been watched how many times. So it's really the all-in-one solution that is the value for the doctors. They say, wow, it's brilliant. I don't have to think about anything. I can just buy it and use it instantly. I don't have to change the infrastructure. You can adjust the dioptrin for each eye. It doesn't consume so much energy as, for example...
Quick question on the numbers. I did the math on the numbers you provided. So is it right that you basically earn like 4,000, 5,000 euros per hospital per year, roughly?
Depending on the content package, yes, that's right.
That sucks.
You think so?
Totally, because I hate selling to hospitals is terrible. It's the worst customer on earth. So and with such small basket, I think it's really hard.
So actually, it's good because we call it the Trojan horse strategy. we have 1 to 10K. That's pretty easy to position there, where the doctors can decide it easily. We position 3 systems. We make sure they have a great experience, and then for the next time, we're in the budget for a bigger project.
Have you already really tried with experienced salespeople doing that? I fully agree with Oliver. I mean, it's B2B sales to the worst customer, hospital sales. And another question I would like to ask you, I mean, what would be your kind of realistic guess, if this is possible? Where would you see HappyMed in 2 or 3 or 4 years? What are the revenue expectations of your company?
Okay, in 2 to 3 years, I see us with around 20 million revenue. 20 million revenue. Yeah, sales sucks in the medical market, but it's a really safe environment. When we're in there, it's hard to get us out there. So it's a safe business in a way. Maybe it's not the...
I agree.
Okay, that's good.
If you're in, you're there. Yeah, that's right.
And the second point is there's now a huge hype with VR. We are building up all that know-how now about optics, about the structure there, that I'm pretty sure that in the future we can top up. That is like our basic business, and we have much better starting conditions, for example, to bring VR or HR into the hospitals.
Quick last question. Do you offer free trials to doctors?
Kind of. They have a 14 days money-back guarantee.
Good, then with lovely greeting from my wife, send us a package, you will try it.
And the time is up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Happy Made. So, what we'll do now is we shall commence the voting. But before we do that, we will have a look at how it's going to be done. Let's see. Let's see if we get the instructions. The computers will just be switched. By the way, as you're still mumbling along, all the people who've been pitching, all the people who will be pitching, have the opportunity to talk to oh wow. How am I supposed to do this now? Yes, 34 people have answered so far. If you want to change the result, if you want to somehow support ReachBird, go for it. 34 voted. I'll give you 30 seconds time to vote the crap out of your little thumbs if you have an opinion. I'm somehow trying to make this interesting, but it seems pretty straightforward. I don't know what else I should be saying, but I'm trying to seem to make it interesting. I think we can't change much about this. I think we have a winner in 3, in 2, in 1. Yes, and we have a winner, and the winner, oh, I tried, and the winner is, yeah, you can read it. Congratulations, ReachBird. Very well done, ReachBird. Now, obviously, if you do things on stage, things happen. Now, ReachBird. What has ReachBird won? They have won something from the happy people of Speed Invest. That's you, happily laughing along, and they get half a day of investment coaching, right?
Yeah, too bad we already invested.
Well, that's awesome. In that sense, yeah. Well, run-ups, Park Bob. Well, then you have a lucky hand. We'll find another creative way of doing this because the price is amazing. Other people can really have something. What about Beaver?
Also invested.
Well, in that sense, if you're a great company, go to Speed Invest, pitch your little hearts out, and they have a good hand. In that sense, see you later. Back on stage for more fun and games. See you soon. See you back at 16:30. And don't forget, over there's the Startup Pitch Fair. Go for it, sorry, and enjoy yourself.